This hourly segment is brought to you by IDT. Eliminate paper files with the IoT Smart Connected Scanning Device. Find them at ready4idt.com.
If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. There's been some pretty cute baby pics, both in utero and out, that have gone viral recently. One in utero. Did you see the ultrasound of the baby making the peace sign?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And that was real.
Yeah, that's real.
That was great. You had one too.
I have this woman in Idaho. She got married young, 19 years old. She and her husband got married, so they wanted to wait to have kids. So she put in an IUD. And everybody knows what that is. And it's 99.9% effective. Well, lo and behold, she had a baby, and the baby came out clutching the IUD in his hand like, no, Mom, not on this, not this time.
That's awesome.
Isn't that the best?
Nice try.
Nice try.
Yeah.
I got you, sucker.
Yeah.
Here I am.
You dropped this.
His name is Rudy, and everybody ran in, and they've been taking. This has gone viral. Millions, 22+ million people have looked at it.
That's outstanding.
Because it came out like, winner, chicken dinner, I got you.
Well, that's great news for that family, and
they're so happy
for people that celebrate life. It's terrible news for Mr. 10%, the big guy, Joe Biden. I just refer you to his remarks during the State of the Union speech. Didn't spend a lot of time on this. Just did some box checking on the moral issues, but he was unequivocal.
What was totally irresponsible?
That was taken away in Roe v. Wade, and protect Roe v. Wade. Give every woman a consular right. The Vice President and I are doing everything to protect access to reproductive health care and safeguard patient safety. Well, already more than a dozen states are enforcing extreme abortion bans. Make no mistake about it. If Congress passes a national ban, I will veto it.
For more on this topic, please be joined by Dr. Monique Chireau-Wobbenhorst. She's a board-certified OBGYN and former faculty member in obstetrics at Duke University Medical School. Dr. Chireau-Wobbenhorst, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Well, it's great to be here. Good morning.
Good morning. Not just your reaction to sort of the pro forma statements you hear from a politician like Joe Biden during the State of the Union address, but the arguments that surround it. All of these arguments about women's health and safety, the incidence of maternal mortality rates. I mean, these are all the excuses that, or arguments, I guess, to be more generous, arguments that are made by those supporting the kind of legislation that Joe Biden supports.
Yes, well, I think it's very helpful. And again, thank you for inviting me to be here. I think it's very helpful to remember one of the things that I think President Biden said was reproductive health care. And we do have to ask ourselves, is abortion health care? And to which I would say, if abortion is health care, what is the disease that you're treating? And that is a central fact, a central way of looking at this question, because abortion does not benefit, has many harms to women. It's clearly 100% of the time it's lethal to a developing child. And so abortion is not health care. I think you're bringing up some very important points around maternal mortality, for example. And one of the most interesting sets of facts there is that among African American women who have the highest rates of abortion, the maternal mortality rate is also the highest of any ethnic group. And so while it's a complicated sort of set of analyses perhaps to look at each, and that's certainly a set of good research questions, one has to wonder, how could an ethnic group that has the highest rates of maternal mortality also have the highest rates of abortion? Because African American women do have the highest rates of abortion. And so when you begin to look at these purported benefits to women, you do realize that abortion does not provide the benefits that people say it does.
And so, do we have what insights do we have in answering that question about why? I mean, are you suggesting there's a correlation, the highest incidence of abortion and the highest maternal mortality rates?
No. What I'm saying is that the reasons that Black women have highest rates of mortality are not related to their lack of availability of abortion.
Right.
It's what it is that if you look at the best data that we have, and admittedly we definitely don't capture all the maternal mortalities out there, but if you look at the best data that we have, the major causes of death during pregnancy are due to cardiovascular causes. They're caused by high blood pressure, which is called preeclampsia, and stroke, and other complications from high blood pressure, heart failure. And those are not problems that can be solved by having an abortion. All abortion does is kill the people who would have had the complication, if they do have a complication. And there's no way of predicting whether any individual woman is going to have a complication.
What is the biggest lie that is coming from the left about the pro-life movement?
I think the biggest lie that I hear consistently is that the pro-life movement doesn't care about women. And one way that we know that is not true is that if you look at things like pregnancy resource centers, which actually encourage and support women toward their goal of having a child, because there's quite a bit of research evidence to suggest that the majority of abortions are coerced. Women would like to parent their children, but they're told by relatives, by their boyfriends or their husbands, no, you have to abort. And when they are able to access care through Pregnancy Resource Center, what they say is, I didn't think I could do this because no one would walk through this pregnancy with me. And so the fact that many, many, many women are going to these resource centers and not just getting a bag of diapers, as people have said pejoratively, but having someone do the hard work of walking them through their pregnancy. And sometimes that means helping them find treatment for their medical issues, helping them get off drugs, helping them to parent effectively. And these are things that pregnancy resource centers do extremely well.
And you have a lot of, again, talking about politicians, not medical professionals, but it's, what they say informs the larger discussion, including the medical piece of it. But particularly some of the Democrat female legislators who are minorities take the laws that are being passed at the state level that would restrict abortion as they say this, the personal attack. These are attacks on women of color specifically. They're specifically targeting women of color. What's the response to that?
Well, I would say to anyone who says that, you need to look at what abortion has done to Black communities. If you look at, since Roe v. Wade, an estimated 17 million African American unborn children have been aborted. That's more than the populations of Senegal, and only slightly less the entire population of the Netherlands. So you've had an enormous number of African American unborn children being aborted. And with that, the loss of all of those people's hopes and dreams, their contributions to society, and their descendants. And so essentially what abortion has done is that it has wiped out a large segment of the Black community. And no amount of politicizing, no amount of talking about rights can alter that fact. And you have to I think you would have to show some justification for that. Again, if you go to women, the reasons why women have abortions because they don't feel that they can parent, and they have no one to support them. And that is especially true in the minority community, where a large number of children are born out of wedlock among those women who do choose to parent. So that would be my response. How do you justify abortion for the damage it's done to the Black community?
What do you think of the less, that used to be called, or used to call pro-life movement, but Andrea Mitchell on MSNBC literally stopped her reporter because he said a congresswoman was pro-life, and she said, we don't use that word anymore. It's anti-abortion. Well,
that's the part of the left's playbook, is to change terminology. I think that we are never just, in the pro-life movement, we are never just anti-abortion. We are for the side of life. We are for women. We are for children. The pro-life message is a message of healing and hope. It's a message of supporting not just women and not just their children, but supporting families. And the fact that, and what also goes along with that is that there is no such thing as pro-choice. The choice that is presented to women is abortion. And so as part of the effort of trying to change the terminology, we have to stick to our guns. Pro-life movement has to stick to its guns. It also needs to point out that when people talk about pro-choice, what they're really saying is pro-abortion.
We've only been talking about women, but as we know now, anybody can get pregnant. So just curious where you think your profession is, board-certified OBGYN, on the trans movement, particularly in light of this really incredible whistleblower op-ed from a woman named Jamie Reed, who was working at the Washington University Transgender Center at St. Louis Children's Hospital until she quit amid the horrors that she documented in her piece. And part of the horror is what board-certified doctors in various disciplines are doing to children, minors, or young adults. And I just wonder how this creeps into your profession as well.
Well, I think that one of the things that's been very concerning to me over the last few years is, again, getting back to terminology, people saying, well, we can't say women, we have to say people. But if you look at the name of the OBGYN professional organization, it's healthcare for women. And so it's not healthcare for people because we as a specialty are focused on the care of women. I think one of the things that I think about a great deal, having cared for transgender patients, is to provide care for them and to help them to, as if they do come in. Typically, the patients that a gynecologist would see would be a woman who was undergoing hormonal therapy or and needed, for example, a pap smear, which leads to some thinking about what is the best therapy for people. But I think that in general, the concern that I have is that when we talk about, as OBGYNs, we're supposed to be caring for women. If you can't define what a woman is, and if you can't say, well, women need unique health care, that is a blow to women. That is taking something away from women. And I think that as part of our responsibility as women's healthcare professionals is to treat women who are come into us for care, who are genetically have two sex chromosomes, but who are going through these procedures, to treat them with compassion and to hold on to the fact that we are taking care of women. That is our mandate. We are not taking care of people. Of course, we do take care of anyone in an emergency, but our responsibility as OBGYNs is to care for women.
She is Dr. Monique Chireau-Wobbenhorst, board-certified OBGYN, former faculty member in obstetrics at Duke University Medical School as well. Dr. Chireau-Wobbenhorst, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. Your business and your money are in good hands with Signature Bank. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Jason Zenger, owner of Zenger's Industrial Supply and host of the Making Shifts podcast, and a proud customer of Signature Bank. Through rapid growth, acquisitions of competitors, and taking over from the previous generation, Signature Bank was there with us every step of the way. Recently, the team introduced us to FinRails AP, their proprietary system for accounts payable automation. Not only did FinRails AP help us to reduce costs and create efficiencies, but it also helped minimize fraud risk. Now, our company can invest time into what we do best, supplying industrial products, metalworking tooling, contractor tools, and safety supplies to those who make, build, and create great things for our country.
Signature Bank helps local businesses succeed. Let Signature Bank turn your business vision into reality. Visit signaturebank.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oh, it really is spectacular. The new MyPillow 2.0, Mike Lindell, has really stepped up the game here, and it's everything you could ever want in a pillow. For nearly 20 years, he discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. The MyPillow 2.0 has the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, and now with this brand new fabric that is made with a temperature-regulating thread. Folks, it is the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you will ever own. I love this thing. I think one was delivered here to the station for Sean. And can I take the pillow, Dan? Because he won't. He doesn't.
Yeah,
take it,
sure,
right?
take it.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll tell him that you said I could take it. Again, the MyPillow 2.0, machine washable, dryable. It is temperature regulating technology that is 100% made in America and comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So just go to MyPillow.com and be sure to enter the promo code AMY to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. And just when you thought MyPillow couldn't get any better, MyPillow 2.0 gives you the best pillow ever. Promo code AMY, don't forget that, or call 800-489-0201 to get your MyPillow 2.0.
The Daily Herald 2022 Best of the Fox winner for Best Financial Planner is Total Clarity Wealth Management. The 2022 Reader's Choice Award winner for Best Wealth Management Firm and Best Financial Planner is Total Clarity Wealth Management. Are you ready for a change? Choose Total Clarity Wealth Management. With a professional team of financial advisors and CPAs, they can show you the way to financial readiness and keep you on track. Their philosophy is built on solid relationships and trust, with access to expertise in tax planning strategies, 401k rollover